What? A little bit early. Not even 9 o'clock. People awake? People awake. Yeah, I'm gonna. Here's my phone. Oh. Hey, Angel, how are you this morning? How are you doing? on, load up, load up. I was just gonna play a game because nobody was here. There we go. Oh my gosh, Angel, yes, you can come up and tell me. Is there a way to turn this music? Yeah, turn that off, the music off. Oh, I guess I gotta provide you the link to come up. I'm such a dummy. Okay. Sorry about that. There you go.
Hey,
Hey, Angel. What's up?
as I said, I'm in quite a bit of pain, and it's due to the fact that I got injured and had to go to the hospital again yesterday. But this time it wasn't my fault. It was due to a careless driver because, as most people know, last week I injured my right shoulder clavicle because of me passing out while riding my bike because of dehydration. Well,
Yeah.
yesterday when I was riding my bike to go to Walmart to get some packing tape, a careless driver decided to do a hit and run towards me. But when I was riding my bike across the pedestrian crosswalk, and I even got to the edge of the end of the sidewalk before the driver even got to the stop sign. Even if the driver did get to the stop sign, I still should have the leeway to cross the street as a pedestrian. But
Yep.
the driver went ahead and hit me with its front rear with its front of its car, and I hit the road, and there were many witnesses that saw it as well. One dude tried telling the driver to stop, and but he just kept on driving, and a couple across the street assisted and helped me up. And the dude who tried telling the driver to stop or was asking what was his problem, he instructed upcoming traffic to stop. And there were so many people that was generous to help me and assist me that I just was thankful that there were people there that care enough to help me out. But I unfortunately had to be brought to the hospital where they found that my right leg ankle had a small fracture, and
Oh,
I might be needing surgery. And on top of that, the police came into the scene, questioned the witnesses, and there was a liquor store across the street, or right by where the incident had happened. and they got everything captured under surveillance camera, and
Oh,
will be
good.
forwarding it to the police. And I even had a small brain trauma where I was seeing blurriness and seeing duplicates of people, and it almost felt as though I was about to faint and pass out because of the pain catching up to me.
Oh my gosh. That's awful. I
So,
hate people sometimes. I really do.
so now I'm in a boot, as you can see, and I have a pair of crutches. They're at the side of the counter in the kitchen. So now I have to wear this. I don't know how long, and it was just the day that did not expect to happen at all, and it couldn't happen at such a bad time because this upcoming Saturday I'm gonna be taking a Greyhound bus down to Arizona to move down there, and trucks are coming tomorrow to pick everything up. So it couldn't have happened at such a bad time, and it just was a day that I did not expect to happen, and specifically a careless driver. And I don't know if it was a man, woman, black, white. I don't know what the person looked like or what the color they were, and but no matter who this person is like, that person should have been able to let me cross first and not do this to me.
Yep.
And the driver didn't even care enough to like go like, oh shit, did I just hit a guy or did I just hit someone? Let me check to make sure if this person is all right. That person didn't care enough to check to make sure that I was all right and such. It did, and I hope that the police officers will find the person that did the hit and run towards me because I am going to be pressing charges if they
Yes,
do.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's good that they were caught on surveillance. That can be very, very helpful. Uh,
Yeah, and there were so many generous witnesses and people that helped me out. One person instructed traffic by waving at upcoming cars for them to stop. A boy and girl, not sure if they're in a relationship or if they're a couple or what, but the two of them crossed the street and helped me up and brought me onto the grass so I was so that way I wasn't on the road anymore to get even more hurt than I already was. And a generous person who had a few kids of her own brought me to the hospital in her Jeep vehicle, and I greatly appreciated every person that helped out, and the person who brought me to hospital in the Jeep stood for as long as she could, but she unfortunately had to leave because she had to bring someone else's daughter back to them, and she had to get some stuff done. But I kept her up to date about what was going on, and I even had the officer question me about the stuff. And when the incident happened and the ambulance came, they were asking to make sure if I had any mental issues or such. And I said to no, but I do have a few disorders of seizure, ADHD. But luckily, it wasn't no signs of a seizure or a cause of a seizure that had it happen. But if it did, it still wouldn't matter.
yeah, it wouldn't matter. You had the right of way, and that driver was wrong. Back when my son was 4 years old, I actually got hit crossing the street with him. Um, I had the right of way, and this car wanted to turn, and I was there plenty of time to see me, and she just turned right into me. I was holding Ian's hand, and her hitting me knocked Ian off of his feet, but luckily because of where he was and which hand he was holding of mine, the car didn't touch him, it just hit me, and I ended up having a pretty sore back and everything. But she drove off too. She didn't stick around to see if we were okay. She just drove off, and unfortunately there were no there were witnesses, but at that point, the police couldn't do anything because nobody saw her. Like nobody, they asked me if I got the license plate, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I was like, this is
and
Indiana license.
yeah, a bunch of and yeah. But ever since this accident, I've been telling people about what had happened to me, from my YouTube friends to my Facebook people, and they were asking if I've got the license plate. No one was able to catch the license plate, including the dude who was waving at traffic, nor the couple that came across the street to assist in helping me up. None of them got. No one was able to catch the license plate, but luckily the liquor store got everything captured on their camera surveillance system, and will be forwarding police, because I'm pretty sure that there will be a way for the police or the store to try to get that license plate, or try to find the person that if the police are able to get the camera in an angle to where they can see the license plate, it would make it a whole lot easier on them to try to find the person who did this to me and such. And I'm just waiting for an update from the officer that helped me, and the police station here in my area. And I even called my local news station, because I think this might be a worthy story to get on the local news in case anyone else see this person or is able to help out and try to detect this.
Yeah, it's good that they do have it on surveillance, because they can probably manage to, doctor the video enough to manage to see the license plate. But yeah, they asked me if I got the license plate, and I was like, we're in Indiana. The license plate is on the back. I got hit from the front. How am I going to see the license plate? And the last thing on my mind was looking for it as she drove off, because I was worried about my child, you know. So they never did, but they did put it in the newspaper. It was in the newspaper because I did file a police report, regardless of the fact that nothing could happen from it. But I hope she saw the article in the paper, because it said what intersection it was at. She's got to know it was her. I hope she feels bad.
Um, Sorry about that. That's just who I am, Susan. Susan Robertson says can hardly understand. He's loud. That's just who I am, Susan. And if you can barely understand me, then I don't know what to say, because people often don't understand. That's just my personality and the way I
Yeah.
talk. And it's
And
not.
if it's loud for people, just turn the volume down a little bit for whoever you need to turn it down for.
Yeah.
It's all good. But yeah, I really hope that something comes from that for you. That's awful that people just, it's awful enough that it happened. It's even worse when someone just drives off. Like, really? What kind of a human being are you that that's what you're going to do?
And I will say this to Susan. I am getting really tired of people judging me if I'm loud, at a ratio that they can barely stand. Because I'm just getting tired of people judging me like, oh, he's too loud. He needs to quiet down. He needs to shut the fuck up. He needs to tone it down. Yeah. I am getting sick and tired of people judging me, mocking me, and doing all this stuff just because I am louder than anyone else. Yes, I'm loud right now and a bit frustrated, because I'm getting tired of people judging me, ridiculing me, mocking me, and just because I talk louder than anyone else on this planet. And that's just the way I've been all my life. And people around me on YouTube cannot fucking stand it. They can get the fuck out if they want to, and don't come around when I'm around on a panel, because I just am sick and tired of judgment, ridicule, and mocking, all because I talk loud and all because I am different than everyone else.
I think a lot in some cases, people just don't understand, um, and that That it happens, and I don't think she meant any offense by it. She just has sensitive ears, and she did turn it down. So, but I understand where you're coming from. If it's a common occurrence for you, I can totally understand. Um,
Because whenever a person hears or sees me for the first time, because I'm guessing this is the first time Susan has ever seen or heard of me talk. But whenever people see or hear me for the first time, they're like, WTF is this loudmouth? Who the fuck is this retard? People judge me before they even have a chance to get to know me, and I just am sick and tired of people judging me if they are seeing me or hearing me for the first time. I just would much rather prefer people to get to know me before they do any form of judgment. Because for me, if there's anyone I see for the first time, I don't say anything bad about them, even if they speak weird, even if they have a bit of a weird facial recognition. I don't do any of that because I get to know a person before I say anything. And once I know that the person is trustworthy enough and a great friend to be with, then yes, I'll say something, but nothing mean or whatever. I simply will compliment them and saying, "You have a great sense of humor. You love your hair there, ma'am or sir." I don't do anything, but people more often than not, when they are seeing me and hear me for the first time, they automatically judge me, all because they hear that I speak too loud, all because they hear that I speak out of proper context, or I don't speak properly, because oftentimes I may stutter or I may say the same word once or twice, and I just don't like when people do that, and I just am getting to the point in my life where I would much rather people not judge me or say anything about bad about me. Even if you have a sensitive hearing or a sensitive body, I still would much rather appreciate the respect towards me without being mocked or judged.
yeah, you're right. You're right. And I don't think that she was trying to be mean to you. I really don't. But sometimes it can come across that way. But
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Hey, Amber.
How are you doing, Amber? Angel was just telling us about the accident that he had. When was it yesterday?
Yesterday, but it wasn't my fault. It was a careless driver that did
Yep.
it to me. I even recorded the almost 3 minute video explaining everything and posted it to my YouTube channel if anyone wants to check it
Okay.
out.
Okay. Yeah, Amber, he got hit by a car while he was on his bike yesterday.
Because yeah,
So,
the driver did a hit and run towards me and didn't care enough to stop and let me cross the street on the crosswalk. The driver just went ahead and continued driving forward and hit me with its front rear of the car, and the person even caused a bit of damage to my bike. But right now my bike is at my local police station where they're holding on to it, and I want to try to get my bike back so that way I could have everything ready for when the moving trucks come tomorrow. But I don't know exactly if the officer that helped me at the scene is working today or not. But I hope that I can try to get it back soon.
they may want to hold on to it as evidence for if you do press charges, if they are able to find him and stuff. I don't know. Oh, she watched the video already, so she knew about it.
Amber, I'm still in a bit of pain because whenever I try getting up or doing so, the leg of the ankle that got a small fracture hurts whenever I step up or whenever I simply lay down.
It's ugh. So sorry to hear that you're. I hope that they find him. I hope that surveillance video helps and that they find who that person was.
Yeah, no one was able to see if it was a man or a woman, or if the person was black or white. Because when the person hit me, I didn't get a chance to look through the window of the person's car because they hit me so badly and kept on driving forward. And the people around me who helped even tried getting the car to stop, but the car didn't do anything. And it felt as though it wasn't that bad. But sometimes when accidents like this happens, the pain doesn't catch up to you until moments later.
Yep, because your adrenaline kind of masks that for a little bit. And then once
Yeah,
you're.
yep, and that's exactly what happened. Is that my adrenaline was masked for a bit, and I even had a brain trauma where where the pain started catching up and went all the way to my brain and my head, and I was starting to see blurriness, and I was starting to see duplicates of people and such, and I nearly fainted and passed out on the scene. But luckily, I kept my momentum and stood up. But the trauma in my brain lasted about 3 to 5 minutes, and luckily I didn't fall and fainted, because if I did, I could have maybe had a worse injury
Yeah. It
if
sounds
I
like you were in shock. It sounds like what you were suffering with at that time was shock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was suffering through, was shock.
Yep. It's the body's way of protecting you.
Oh wow.
Like the adrenaline, where it's masking the pain, shock, all of that. It's your body's reaction to the trauma.
Yeah.
But yep. Because I kind of was the same way when I got hit by that car. Like since they drove off, I continued to do what I was gonna do, but I was shaking. And then when I got home, I sat down and cried. Like that was my reaction. I was still okay. I didn't feel any real pain at that point. But then after I'd gone to the police station and I filed a report and everything, I could tell that, my wrist was hurting, my back was starting to hurt, things like that. But I didn't really even care because I was just glad that my son wasn't hurt. But
Yep.
yeah, how you doing, Amber? Oh, I look terrible.
Okay.
I'm taking my son to Michigan today. We're probably gonna leave in about an hour ish. Taking him to
Ah, yeah, but here at around 10, I'm gonna be going to church. But luckily, there will be a person that will coming to pick me up.
Oh, good.
But it's just that if I had to go there myself, it would have been a bit difficult to try to get there because of my leg now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad someone's coming to help you. Yep, in about an hour, I'm taking Ian to Michigan. He's gonna meet up with his girlfriend. They're either going to hang out at the house, or he said they're gonna go to a, I can't even pronounce it, arbor. There, it's something with trees. Arbor, like a, I don't know. It's some sort of thing. I can't pronounce it. But when he actually said that's where they might go, I was like, "What is it?" He goes, "There's trees." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, but yeah, so he's gonna go, and they're a match made in heaven because I asked, his girlfriend has rats too. You know, my son's got 3 rats, I've got one. His girlfriend's got rats. I was like, "So how many rats has she got?" He said 17. I was like, 17? But they're not all hers, I guess. And among that 17, some of them are hers, some of them are her mother's, some of them are her brother's. So the whole family is into rats. But
By the way, Amber, can you please tell your husband, Sean, that I said hi to him and to have him pray for me as well? I mean, if he's seen the video as well, God, that he knows everything of what happened to me yesterday, and when and tell him I said hi to him.
yeah, I'm sure she will. Oh, Amber, I had such an emotional day yesterday. Just in the span of 2 days, I've had to say bye to 5 of the puppies from work. They all went to new homes, and I was like, "Oh, my puppies are leaving. All my puppies." He didn't see it yet. I did tell him yesterday, so he knows about it, but he didn't see the video.
Yeah, I understand where she's coming from. She told him about it, but he has not seen it yet.
Right. Ian's throwing dishes around. Yeah, they're gonna go to good homes. Yeah, there was one dog that went home the day before yesterday, and one, two, three, three. Well, I guess 4 dogs went home or went home in total because it was 3 dogs yesterday. Wait, one, two, yeah, 3 dogs yesterday and one the day before, and then no, wait, one. No, it was 4 dogs. 4 dogs yesterday, 1 dog the day before, and then we almost sold the husky, the one that I got to bring home that overnight. He's back on the sales floor, and somebody wanted him, but they didn't get the financing, so he would have gone home too, but they were turned down for financing, so we still have the husky. But it's just emotional because those are all my babies.
And also one of the things that the doctor recommended I do is see an orthopedic person, but I'm gonna have to wait till I get down to Arizona to see one, and because I'm gonna be moving here in less than a week, and I also was given a prescription of pain killing medications to help out with it, and I'm about to take my first medication this morning because I took one last night, but I read that it said take one by mouth 4 times a day, which is the equivalent of every 6 hours because there's 24 hours in a day. Divided by 4 is 16
Yep.
is 6 hours, and so I don't know exactly how I can take a medication every 6 hours since most people sleep for 8.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't necessarily need it while you're sleeping, I wouldn't take it because people can get addicted to pain meds.
And they even like recommended like getting some form of like ibuprofen, like Advil or Tylenol.
Yeah. It's going
Well,
good, Sean.
hey, Sean, love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Yeah, Amber, you do get attached, and I loved all those dogs. Now, here's a cool part. One of a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, we sold our poodle. We had a standard poodle, and we sold him. And they came in yesterday. They didn't bring the dog, but they came in and they asked one of the salespeople where they could get him groomed, and she immediately thought of me since I used to groom. So she went. She was like, "Hang on a second." So she came and got me, and I went out and talked with them. And even though I don't work tomorrow, I got permission with management, and they are going to let me go in there tomorrow and groom the dog. So they made an appointment with me for around lunchtime, noon tomorrow. They're bringing the puppy in, and I'm grooming him, and they're gonna pay me $50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, my husband's like, yeah, get those grooming clients. So I mean, if it's gonna become a regular thing, they're probably gonna want me to kind of rent the space because we do have a grooming room, but it's not used as a grooming room at this point. It's used kind of as an isolation room for any puppies that are not doing well, like if they're sick. We have an isolation room and then we have the grooming room, but if there's two different things going on, they don't like to put the dogs together. So in the isolation room is one set of doggy problems, and then the
Um,
grooming room is another set of doggy problems.
and I know there are times that cats and dogs kind of don't get along, but I've seen more and more families have both a cat and a dog, and the cat and dog get along afterwards. But are there any dogs that do not get along at all with other dogs? Because I know there are certain types of fishes that don't get along with other types, and I wonder the same thing about dogs.
Um, there's gonna be some dogs that don't get along with cats or vice versa. Now, my dogs, my Shih Tzu and my cats, they get along fine. My bigger dog likes to chase them, but she doesn't hurt them. Um, I don't know. Like there are some that won't like them. I think your shirt looks okay. Come here and let people see it. Besides the fact that it's a little bit wrinkled.
Yeah, but that's it.
He wants to know if this shirt looks too big on him, guys. So, because he's going to meet up with this girl. So, does it stand up? Does it look like it's too big or does it look like it fits okay?
Let me see.
I think it looks okay.
I think it's a perfect size. I mean, if he feels there's some spacious room, then it could probably mean it's a size too big for him. But I say it looks like it fits perfectly fine.
I mean, he's very skinny, so if you pull it out, there's lots of room. Like this is extra, but it's also hot out, and that could help be a little bit bigger. I don't know. Amber said it looks good. Like I said, just besides the fact that it's a little bit wrinkled. Maybe you could throw it in the dryer for a few minutes. Oh, he's got Sagira. Sagira. She's my little sweetheart. Hi. Oh, hello. She likes to crawl on my glasses. Ah, my tickles. Hey, Jen.
Uh, uh,
Amber asked if you could see the chat, Angel.
yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Hey, Jenna.
I'm only gonna be streaming for probably another hour at most because We got to go to the gas station and put gas in the car, and then we are driving to Michigan. It's only about an hour and a half away, but that's where his girl is. So Sean said, looks comfortable and fits. That aside, be confident and show genuine interest in her. She's not going to see your shirt. She'll be looking to your eyes. He's like, yeah, except look at his face. Come here. Come here. Come here. Where are his eyes?
Be careful, Sagira's back there.
Yeah, see those eyes. You need a haircut before we go.
No, I'm just gonna move my hair.
Ah, he's just gonna move his hair. Oh boy.
So yeah, Sean, when you get the chance, please go look at my latest video upload on my YouTube channel. You're probably aware of the situation, but go check the video out. I'll let you see everything that I said in the video. I just need as much help right now because I'm in, I wouldn't say serious pain, but just pain enough to where it makes it almost impossible to get around on my feet.
Yeah. Jenna, I actually would have gone to see Nike, but she's a little bit further out. Where we're going is only an hour and a half away, and Nike's about 4 hours from me. So it would be a little bit still of an extra drive to go and see her.
Okay. Sean says we'll do getting a custom image for the latest video I made.
Yeah, it would be fun if we could. Yeah, I totally thought about that. I was like, oh, why does she have to be 4 hours away? Because I'm going to be in the same state. But yeah, she's a little bit too far. And we were actually the one little puppy that has been scared. Amber, the one that I showed, the little tiny, one that we're wondering if the person who bought him and then returned him hurt him at all because he's so scared. We were like, I said to the kennel manager yesterday, I was like, so can one of us like just take him home? He's paid for. Like if they put him, once he's better, if they put him back out on the sales floor and they could like, it's basically like selling him twice because the people that bought him back didn't get any money back. So I'm like, they're still paying on him. They didn't get any money back. He's paid for. Can one of us just take him home? Like he's paid for. I don't know because he breaks my heart every time I see him in that isolation room. He breaks my heart. I want to take him home so badly, but we don't have room for another dog. We don't. He's so little. I know he's not going to stay little, but he's part Pikachu. He's part Pikachu. Okay. He's a Pikachu, but he's part Pekingese and part Bichon, so he's not going to be huge. But I want to bring him home. He just breaks my heart. He wants, every time I'm in there, he gets excited to see me, but then when I go to reach for him, he shrinks back and starts shaking, but then he's wagging his tail too, like he wants attention, but he's scared. I just want him. But apparently, the kennel manager laughed when I brought it up because she said the other kennel tech said the same thing. Can I just bring him home? He's paid for. Ugh. And I fell in love with another rat yesterday too, another baby rat. Like you just saw Sagira. This rat is so little. Like even among the other baby rats, she is the smallest one in there. Like she is just a little nugget. And I want to bring her home so bad. I want to bring her home so bad. She would only cost me like less than $3 to bring her home, but then that would be yet another little mouth to feed because she's going to grow. I mean, I picked up Ian yesterday and I said, I know it's harder for me to tell how they've grown because I see them every day. But when he went into the room, he was like, they definitely they have definitely grown. Oh, either that or she's just a bit younger, but she is so freaking small. I've got a little bit of a video, and it's hard to tell by the video until she gets closer to some of the other babies. I'm gonna send it to myself. But you could definitely see when she's next to some of the other babies how much smaller she is. And oh my gosh, I want to bring her home. Welcome back, Linda. Michael Mackin, hello, how are you? Oh, let's see. I'm sending it to myself. Okay, because then I can pull it up on my computer. All right. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna share this. Nope, not that. We're gonna share this. Okay.
And the thing about it is that this incident is that they gave me a pair of crutches, but crutches are something that don't find very grateful, and some people even recommended that I should get a scooter, but my brother's gonna help me get a scooter when I get down to Arizona.
So the little rat on the left, this is the little baby one. Well, they're all babies, but the smallest one. So I'm gonna be trying to follow her around here. So
They are so cute.
she is so tiny. Look at how big those ones look next to her, and they're small. She is a little peanut. Oh, I love her. She's dwarfed next to those ones. Ah, okay. Oh my gosh, she's just so stinking cute. So stinking cute. I want her so bad before she gets sold as a feeder. Like she's gonna be food. I don't want her to be food. Okay, Sean.
Yeah, the Chrome on my phone browser stopped, so I got disconnected.
Yeah, she is tiny, and I'm trying to convince Ian. I'm like, Ian, you know you want another. Ian, you know you want another. Yeah, no more pets for me. I mean, my husband can't really say anything if Ian wants her because he's responsible for his pets, you know. But no more pets for me for right now. But I want her so bad, and I'm like, I torture myself because I tell myself I'm gonna fall in love with another rat. I gotta stop looking in the bin, but I'm always looking in the bin.
Well, you know, Passion, you'll always be my pet.
Aww.
Giving you a hug with my sheets.
Aw, thank you.
Ah.
Here, I'll put the link up again. Yeah, my heart is too big. I even cried on the way home from work yesterday because I had to say bye to 5 dogs in 2 days. Ugh, 5 dogs in 2 days. It's too much for my heart.
Whoopsie! I accidentally pressed the volume up button on my remote when I had it muted.
Ha, that's all right. Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Uh, uh,
Is it hurting?
yeah.
Ugh. Okay, Jenna. If I'm not around when you come back, I'm bringing my computer with me so that depending on if I have to kill time, because I'm sure they don't want me to like tag along after them if they're going somewhere to walk around or whatever. I'll probably find a library with Wi-Fi and I might do a live stream. It'll have to be a quiet live stream because I'll be in the library, but live stream nonetheless. So keep myself busy because we probably won't be back until around dinner time. Yep, exactly. Karma will get him if the cops don't, which is kind of how I felt when I was involved in a hit and run and they couldn't do anything with the person because they couldn't find him. There wasn't enough information to go on, but they did put it in the newspaper, so I knew it was a woman and that was about as far as that went. And I was like, I hope she's reading the newspaper and she sees that and feels guilty. Zach, I'm taking Ian to Michigan. It's about an hour and a half away from here, and he's meeting up with his girlfriend. Her name is Courtney, and she's got rats too, so they've got that in common, but she's got a lot more rats. They've got a lot more rats in the house. I said to him yesterday, how many rats does she have? 17. But that's among the family. They're a rat family. It's not just her. Some of them are hers, some of them are her brothers, some of them are her mother's. So they've got a lot. They got a lot of rats. They're just kind of sprinkled about the house. So yeah, he's going to meet up with her, and he just came on camera a little bit ago to show he wanted to make sure that what he was wearing looked okay and stuff. He had a shower, so his hair is clean, his body's clean, he's wearing nice clothes. He wants to make a good impression. It's so sweet.
Oh.
It's actually his first girlfriend since he was 13.
I've never have had a girlfriend.
That's okay, it's overrated. Chewy's trying to find the mouse that's under the fridge. Ooh, you got a mouse under the fridge? I actually saw Angel hiding.
Just like how I have my sheets covering my head is overrated.
I actually, Amber, saw our rat at work. We have a rat at work that it used to be a feeder. I don't know when he got away. He escaped somehow. I don't know if someone had picked him up and he got away, but they haven't been able to catch him. So now he just lives in the store. He lives in the back room where I work. And they put a litter box under the sink, I noticed, but he is not using it. It's totally clean, and he kind of poops outside the cabinet. I've seen the rat poop. But I've only, since I started working there at the end of May, I've only spotted him twice, and I did see him the other day. I was getting ready to close up. I was mopping the floor, and he just, all of a sudden, he appeared, and he was scuttling across the floor, and then he was gone moments later. He's a big guy. His name is Simon.
The rats, other rats that you need to find is one named Theodore.
Yep. And then my son asked, because we have a store cat too. She roams the store, and he was like, "Isn't the rat gonna get caught by this cat or whatever?" And I'm like, "Well, no, because she stays out on the sales floor, and the doors are closed to the kennel area, so she can't get in there. And I don't think he comes out. I think he stays back there. Plus, the doors are closed, so they're separated. He stays in the back, she stays in the front. It's all good." But yep, he just lives back there and he raids the feeder's food when he wants to eat. So when he's hungry, he'll just climb up into the feeder racks and steal some food from there. Zach, he had a accident yesterday, a hit and run. A car hit him when he was on his bike. So he's got a fractured ankle, and there were a lot of people assisting him. There was a surveillance camera from a liquor store that caught it on camera, so hopefully they can track this person down through the surveillance camera.
Yeah. If you just heard what Passion said there, Zach, I got a small little fracture on my right leg ankle, and it was due to the fact that the driver did a hit and run against me, and it's just been and yesterday was just been a painful day. And all I wanted to do was go to Walmart to get some more packing tape because I'm almost out. But that had to happen to me yesterday, and it was such a traumatic day for me. From the shock that I had to the pain in my ankle of it catching up, and so yeah.
Yep, and it's like you said, a bad time for that to happen because you're getting ready to move.
Yep.
It looks like an episode of CSI. Our Shadow has caught a mouse in here before, and then she just carries it around. Then she puts it down and she wants to play with it, but she put it down and it ran off, and then she lost it. She spent all this time looking for it again, and I'm like, "Great, you lost it. Why'd you put it down?" Luckily, they don't seem to care about the baby rats because those are about the size of large mice. So, actually, I was like, "Do it with your own little baby rat," but he was letting Lexi walk on Oreo yesterday. Oreo was laying on the floor. They were going nose to nose or whatever, and then he would pick Lexi up and put her on Oreo, and she'd walk around on her, and Oreo was like, "Ah."
Well, with her, what is she again?
Who?
Oreo, is she a cat or what kind of animal is she?
She's a cat.
Okay, yeah, I would say she could be Milk's favorite kitty. If you catch that little joke there.
Yeah.
Because the Oreo cookie is Milk's favorite cookie, and since she has named after it, she could be Milk's favorite kitty.
Yep. But she was just like, she just seemed annoyed. She didn't have any interest in hurting them or anything. It was funny. Hey, Nike, how are you? I saw your drone video. You were making me air sick. Or whoever was flying it was making me air sick. I was like, whoa.
Hey, Nike.
It's too bad you live a little bit further out, Nike, because me and Ian are going to be in Michigan today. We're leaving here in about half an hour-ish. But we're only going to be an hour and a half from home, and you're 4 hours away, so you're still further out. Otherwise, I totally would have came to see you.
Well,
You're without
well, no.
power. Oh no!
Well,
Oh no! No
oh
power
wow.
for Nike. That sucks. Hey, Sandra.
But maybe sometime down the road, even you could make a day to where you can go and see Nike, since she is 4 hours away, and spend the entire day with her, and then go back home.
Yeah,
Hello?
I think it
Can
would
you
be
hear
fun.
me?
Hey, Nike.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm in my
Hey,
car.
Nike.
See?
Aw, it must be hot.
Now I got the air on, but I don't have power in the house, so here I am.
That
Stuck in the
sucks.
fucking car.
Did you have a storm?
Yeah, we had storms all night last night. I woke up about 15 minutes till 7 and no power and still don't have any.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Hi,
We had some
April.
rain yesterday, but
Hey, Nike.
How you doing, sweetheart?
In pain, because if you were not here when Passion was saying what happened to me to Zach and such, yesterday, a driver decided to do a hit and run against me when I was crossing the crosswalk. And I had to be brought to the hospital where they found that I had a small fracture on my right leg ankle, and it was just the day that I did not expect that would happen, and specifically the time of the time that this happened, because this upcoming Saturday, I'm taking a Greyhound bus down to Phoenix, Arizona, to officially move down there. But this incident that happened yesterday couldn't happen at such a worse time, specifically all because I wanted to go to Walmart and get some more packing tape. But luckily, there was a bunch of people on the scene that assisted and helped me out. And I also was in shock for a bit, where I was seeing multiple people, and I was starting to see blurriness, and I nearly fainted and passed out because of the shock. And it was just a day that and it was just a day that I did not expect that would happen. And luckily, the police were on the scene and questioned every witness, including questioning me. And so the police are trying all they can to find the person, but no one was able to catch the license plate because the car kept on driving forward, and the car didn't care enough to stop to make sure that everything was all right with me. And now I have a boot on me, if you can see it, Nike, and I also have a pair of crutches.
Wow.
yeah. But
Jiminy crickets,
they did say that he did say that there was a liquor store nearby that caught it on surveillance. So hopefully they could catch the license plate from that.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
no kidding. People are such assholes to hit somebody like that and run.
Yep. Like
Wow.
really, you had to have known you hit somebody.
Oh, well, yeah.
What kind of a human being are you to just drive off?
Yeah, exactly.
Because the person had known, but it seems as though the person did not care. It's kind of like running over a animal on the street, and you're like, "Oops, did I just hit an animal? Oh, I don't give a shit. Bye." It's like the driver didn't care too much about me because they knew that they hit me, and then just kept on driving and did not give two shits. Sorry, my language.
Sometimes people react when they're scared. They might have been scared, but that's no excuse to drive off.
Oh no, if I was to hit somebody, I would dead stop. That's just how I am.
Angel, Zach said, tell Angel I'm praying for him.
Tell everybody that I can, well, they can hear me. I can't see your chat, guys, so if you're talking to me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, Zach. I miss you and love you, buddy.
Yeah,
hello,
Zach's
everybody.
here. Zach's
Hi,
here.
Amber.
Sandra.
Hi, Sandra. Sorry, I can't read your guys' chat right now. I don't know why it won't let me.
Love you, Nike. Hope that your power gets back on soon.
I hope you get better soon, sweetheart. That really pisses me off.
Yeah, I hope so as well. It's just gonna be a difficult time because when I get to Arizona, I'm gonna be seeing an orthopedic doctor because the doctors at my local hospital said that I might need, may possibly need surgery of some kind, but it all depends on what the orthopedic doctor says.
Yeah, it's best to get the specialist to look at it so you'll know for sure.
Yeah.
I am so sorry that happened to you, Angel.
Amber said, "Tell Nike it's all good. No one's really chatting."
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know how long we're going to be without power. If we're still without power after noon, I'm thinking we're going to have to go buy a generator. Everything in the refrigerator is going bad. Everything's already
Yep.
hot in there.
As long
know.
as you don't open it, it should be able to hold the coolness a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's only been
But yeah.
open twice, and like I said, this is from in there, and it's already warm.
Ugh. Yeah, that's what I hate about, because we don't have a generator, and there are times that we have a big cooler, and we went to the gas station, we bought ice, and we were throwing things that needed to stay cold in the cooler, but some things still don't make it.
We did that too, but we got so much freaking meat in the freezer that we can't fit
Yep.
all that in the cooler.
Yeah.
And it'd be $100 away, wasted food. It's ridiculous.
Yep, exactly.
We used to have a lady that lived across the street that was on oxygen, and they would have to come out here immediately and get it fixed to get her back running, and that would get us running. Well, she's passed away now, and now we don't have that option.
And now they don't care.
And now they don't care. Now they take their sweet ass time.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping to be able to get a generator too, because we have a lot of meat in our freezer too. Now that we've got a chest freezer, before we couldn't really stock up on meat because we didn't have a chest freezer. Now we do. So
Yeah.
we're like always putting things in there, and we don't want to lose that.
I'm guessing you live in a house, right, Nike?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I think that most houses don't have a generator of their own for when power goes out,
Nope.
and they're able to help you turn it back on. But I know apartments have a generator built into the building to help with all residents in an apartment get their power back on and such. Because there's been a couple of times in the past month where the power went out, but the lights in the hallway were parts of it still came on, but the TV and everything in everyone's apartment that they plugged in went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked with somebody who lived in an apartment, and when they lost power, yeah, everybody lost power, and they didn't turn all those, but the lights in the hallway were on. I think they were like emergency lights, and that's, so you could see at night,
Yeah. I
to
lived in a really nice apartment complex one time a couple years ago, and when the power would go out, you still had full electricity.
Oh, nice.
No matter what. So you could go drive around the rest of the neighborhoods, and there were no power. You go to our house, it was like it never even happened.
Nice.
I liked that. I was like, this is nice. So, not no more. Now you're without power. He's in bed. He goes back to bed. I'm like, really? My computer don't work. My phone's fucking dead. And I was like, screw it. I'm going to go hook the phone up to your car, and I'm going to sit in your car in the air conditioning and
Yeah.
run your car dead. Fuck it.
Well, we have a jump box, which is nice. So when power goes out, we can plug our phones into that, so we at least can keep our phones powered up.
Well, I'm out here in the car getting it powered up. So, hey, you want to leave me up by myself? Might as well, right?
Today would have been such a good day to meet up with you somewhere, but you live too far out.
What part of Michigan are you going into?
We're going to Hillsdale.
Hillsdale.
It's about an hour and a half from me.
Huh. So that would make it about an hour and a half from me.
Approximately, probably, yeah, because we're about 4 hours apart.
Yeah. I'll see if he'd get his ass up. I could probably go and meet up with you.
That would be awesome because I have to figure out something to do for myself because I don't think Ian's going to want me to tag along with them. I think they're planning on going to some place that has these pretty trees or whatever. It's an arbor place or whatever. They're going to go walk around, I think. And I was like, and you probably don't want a chaperone. So,
Yeah.
so I'll have
Yeah, I
to
don't
figure
know.
out what to do with myself.
I don't
Well, I
know
wouldn't
anything
mind.
about doing. Hold on, let me scare the mailman.
I wouldn't mind being.
Hello, how are you?
Well, I wouldn't mind
Timmerman
being your.
or Chacolas? Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Well, I wouldn't mind being your shoes chaperone there, Nike.
Yeah.
Hey, Harry Gaming, how are you?
Hello, gamer, whoever you are.
Harry Gaming.
Oh, hi, Harry. It's Nike girl. I can't see the chat right now.
Oh, Jenna's backstage. There we go.
Hi.
Hey, Jenna.
Hey,
Hey,
Nike.
Hi,
Jenna.
Jenna.
Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing one of my new shirts. It got dirty already.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh,
This is my new
I
shirt.
like it.
It has a. Normally, I don't like shirts with pockets, but I like it.
It's
I think
cute.
it looks really cute.
I gotta put my headphones on.
Yep, there's an echo.
You're
Here,
so cute.
let me show you guys how difficult it's been whenever I lay down or try getting up because.
Yeah. Oh, when was the last time you took pain meds?
I took one last night before I went to bed, but I should take one this morning right quick.
Yeah. Because if it's said every 6 hours as needed, you probably are due.
I
Yeah.
wish I knew who did that to him. I'd like to knock their frickin' heads off.
Yep.
Well, they did not. They weren't able to. No one was able to see if it was a man or a woman, or if the person was black or white,
I don't
and no
give a
one
damn
was
what they
able
were.
to catch the license
If I'd
plate
have
either.
called them, If I'd have called them, I wouldn't have cared what they were. I'd have knocked their damn heads off. Mark my words.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and even if this was a white person, it was still disrespectful to do that.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what color, race, or sex they
Or
were.
what?
They
Yeah, it doesn't
never.
matter what your race or gender or ethnicity or sexual orientation is. It still was disrespectful because I just wish that he or she would have let me cross the road on my bike. But no matter what you are, a person who did this, I hope that they find you and catch you.
Yep.
Exactly.
Wait, so you got hit by a car?
Yeah, yesterday he got hit by a car and he has a fractured ankle.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
because a driver decided to do a hit and run against me, and I got to the edge of the edge of the crosswalk before the car got to the stop sign, but the car didn't allow me to cross first. So, and even if the car did get to the stop sign before I did, I still had the leeway to cross, but the driver kept on going and hit it and ran against me with its front rear end, even caused some damage to my bike. And there were so many witnesses around the scene, from a dude who was screaming at the driver, trying to have that driver to stop, to a couple that assisted in getting me back up on my feet and getting me off of the road.
Were they willing to talk to the police?
The driver, not, but every witness around talked to the police, and
That's
the police
good.
even talked to me.
That's good that the witnesses were willing to talk. So.
Well, they have to, technically, because they're witnesses, they have to, or they can get in trouble.
Yeah, they can get forced to go to court for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't know
they
that.
got it on the CCTV too, so that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they find at least a license plate or a make and model would be even nice.
Well, the car that he was driving was a black Dodge Durango. I don't know the year, but no witnesses were able to catch the license plate number of the owner of the vehicle. But the surveillance camera caught everything, and hopefully the police can look at the footage to try to see if they can get a license plate number. And if they do catch him, I would like to know who this person was and what their name is, because most of the time, most crimes scenes like this or anything else has it to where the criminal is identified, so that way the victim and witnesses know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Nike, the mother of that little boy that I was on the jury for.
Mhm.
The mother just had her trial and she was sentenced to 6 years. Just because it was just for 6 years, 6 years in prison and 6 years probation. So, but she was only charged for felony neglect. So she's going to prison for 6 years, and then she'll have 6 years probation, and then obviously the guy that I was on the jury for is serving 40 years. But
Wow.
yeah, I just saw it in the news yesterday that she was sentenced. So, but I was like, 6 years? Because she knew he had a temper. She knew there was evidence of her telling him, "You're too hard on my kids," and things like that. But she stayed with him, and he was the primary caregiver while she worked.
Yeah, well, I guarantee you, the first sign I had of somebody hurting my kid, I'd be gone.
Yeah.
Gone. And their asses would be hurt.
Because it's clearly she was the breadwinner. He was not the one working, so she had the ability to leave.
Oh, well, yeah.
And if there is, if they do catch him and arrest him and such, and they do have a trial of the person who did this hit and run towards me, I won't be here, but I wouldn't mind testifying over the phone if my local court system allows me to, because I would like to try to be there to make my peace and sane and try to do all I can to make sure that this person is brought to justice.
They may I don't know if they'll let you do it over the phone or not. They may have you travel back for it.
Yeah, that may be one of those type of jury or trials that you have to be appearance. So,
yeah,
unfortunately, and that could go on for 2 or 3 days, and sometimes even a week or so. So, luckily, where you're at, you got family that lives there that you can come home and stay with while you go to court.
Hey, Angel.
Yeah.
See my muscles?
Yeah.
I'll punch the lady. I'll punch the lady for you.
Leave it to Jenna to lighten it up.
I'll punch the lady with my muscles. See how muscly I'm getting?
Hello?
I love you, Jenna.
Yeah, this is Angel.
Oh, man.
I love you.
Hey, Priscilla. I called the local station to try to have the story of the incident that happened yesterday to be put on the news later tonight. And I also would like to see if one of you guys could bring my bike today to me, because I want to try to have my bike be brought back to me before trucks come tomorrow, because trucks are coming tomorrow to pick all boxes up to transport them down to Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah, if you hear a call from the Valley News, they're trying to get your part of the story, because I've reported the story to them and told them everything, that you were questioning the witnesses and me, and that you are trying your best to that you guys are trying your best to catch the person that did this to me. And just keep me up to date of where you guys are at, if you guys are close to finding the person or what is going on, because I just hope that you guys find this person and such. And if there is a trial down the road, I don't know if the judge would be. What? Yeah.
Hey, Crystal.
Yeah, I'm at home.
Hi, I can't read the chat, but hello anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Angel's on the.
Yeah, you can mute him that way.
Yeah.
Hey, Nike, where are you at?
Sitting in front of my house because I don't have power.
Oh
I'm in
no.
the car. I'm hooked up to the power thing in the car, so I
Hey, sorry about that, guys. I got a call from the officer that helped me at the scene of yesterday's incident, and he's going to be coming over here in 15 minutes to bring my bike in
Oh,
and
good.
tell me more about the case.
Good.
awesome. Cool. I have to slide trying to get in the car. No, you can't get in. It's my car.
Can't come in. Can't come in.
I love this cup. I use it every day.
I love that
I'm
cup
gonna-
too. It's pretty.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up, you guys, because I have to get ready to go.
All right, well, I'll start a live stream, you guys.
Okay. I can probably listen in while I'm driving. I can't type, but I can listen in if I have a connection. And if I end up having to find something to do, I might find a library and get myself some Wi-Fi. So, but yeah, I gotta wrap it up because I want to at least put something on my face so I don't look like this.
Oh, cut it out.
And then we got to stop at the gas station and get gas. So, and Ian's paying for the gas since this is his trip.
That's good.
But yeah, so we're gonna do that, and then we'll probably be back around dinner. So, anywho,
I
it was
will
good to see you guys.
Wish me luck with the power that it comes back on today.
Yes, it's way too hot to not have power.
I know, right? All right,
Okay,
see you guys in a little bit.
Are you doing a stream?
Bye.
Are you doing a stream on your phone, Nike?
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right,
I'll
see you guys
in a minute.
later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody in chat.